purpose of today's event was really to look at young people and politics in the context of the recent general election. We're interested in really exploring this idea that young people are apathetic and disinterested in politics, and asking young people themselves to tell us about what they feel about the political system and what their political identity is. So we were working with young people, 6 different groups of young people in Coventry, but also had a panellist of young people, basically no one over 30 in sight, to be able to really unpack some of these issues. And what we expected to find and what we did find is that actually young people aren't apathetic, they're simply bored with a set of issues and a set of institutions that they feel don't represent them or their interests.
Well, if young people are the voting demographic of the future, they need to have their voice heard, especially when it comes to formation of policy and forcing governments to form legislation around them. If young people don't make their voice heard, then how can they change the voting demographic of the country?
I mean, for me, politics is life. I think, you know, you're born into a world where from a young age you're finding yourself having to make decisions and to think critically about things. That is politics. It is about decision making, it is about thinking critically about things, and it is about resolving issues for a better world, for better people.
I mean, I think there's a wide variety of issues that impact young people, especially in the society that we live in today. I mean, you know, cuts, I think access to housing, access to education. I think, you know, the sort of rising tuition fees, whether it's you're doing an undergrad or postgrad, I think education is really at a huge price, and unfortunately, a lot of young people can't access that.
There are many issues regarding young people. Education is a big thing. I've been speaking to a lot of students studying at level 3, whether they're in 6th form or college. And a lot of them feel that there is not enough done to prepare them for the reality of going into work. Skills in terms of the specialised subject that they're studying, they learn a lot, but going into the real world of work is dealing with people, is dealing with a variety of issues that they've probably never experienced before.
So education is the key. If we educated people from an early age, so we're talking primary school level, on local, national and international politics, by the time they're 16 and they're making very big decisions about their lives, they're able to make them successfully, and they're informed by that point. At the moment we kind of have a system where people are reaching the age of 16 and they can get married and have children and get jobs, but they haven't been equipped with what they need to live that kind of independent life successfully.
For me to engage with in politics, first of all, you need obviously inspirational people who are actually talking about politics, who are unusual suspects, not people who are typical white, middle class, Oxbridge educated people telling people come and get involved. Politics needs to be much more diverse, first and foremost. And also for me it's about having engaging games and making people understand that everything in life is political.
Often change doesn't come from politicians. I think change comes from campaigners and activists. So I'd encourage every young person, whatever subject they're passionate on, whatever they want to campaign on, whether it's housing to social justice, to you know, to get against the cuts, whatever it may be, you know, reform in the House of Lords, etc. All these things, I think it's better to campaign. And if you can survive in a structure like Parliament, I think that's absolutely wonderful. But I think there's loads of alternatives of creating change and getting things changed, and you can do that being an activist and being a campaigner.